the mammoth loss that India has suffered, in fact, the entire globe has suffered, and that is the passing of the visionary, Ratan Tata. Remember, he passed away late on Wednesday evening. He was admitted due to a sudden deterioration in health. He was, in fact, admitted to the Breach Candy Hospital. Ever since, tributes have been pouring in, of course, led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the President Draupadi Murmu. We've seen how there's been a beeline of industrialists, politicians, all paying their last respects to Ratan Tata, the visionary, the philanthropist, the business tycoon, and overall the impeccable human being that Ratan Tata was. And today we've seen how his mortal remains were in NCPA, where in fact the Union Home Minister Amit Shah paid his last respects, as did the Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal, Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, accompanied by Deputy CM Devendra Fadnavis. Of course, we've also seen actors like Amir Khan, accompanied by Kiran Rao, and equally importantly, the chairperson of Reliance Industries, Mr. Mukesh Ambani, accompanied by his entire family, Ms. Neeta Ambani, also his son Akash Ambani and daughter-in-law Shloka Mehta. All of them paid their tributes to the late Ratan Tata. As we all know, that right now his mortal remains have arrived in Worli Crematorium. Remember, he's being accorded the state funeral over there, as you can see. The last rites to be taking place now. And for more inputs, let's quickly go across to Yesha Kotak, who's reporting live on this news story. Yesha, give us a sense of what's happening. Of course, the mood is extremely somber, but as many are saying that apart from mourning the loss, it is also a time to remember the man, the visionary, the industrialist that Ratan Tata was.
Absolutely, fairly so. You see all of
to pay respect to this man who's worked so much for the country. I am right here at the Worli Crematorium. In fact, on both the sides, you can see this convoy of the CM, the Deputy Chief Minister, and the Home Minister Amit Shah, which is inside. In fact, there are several other people who've also gathered to pay tributes to Ratan Tata. In fact, his ambulance is taken all the way from NCPA, brought to this Worli Crematorium where last rites are taking place. In fact, earlier, just a couple of minutes back, was where he was also given the state honors, as was mentioned by the Chief Minister. But also, like we saw at Marine Drive, there were people who gathered on both sides of the road to pay respect to him. Similar is the case at Worli. In fact, I'll ask my VJ Kal Kapre to show visuals of how there have been again thousands of people who gathered at Worli to pay last respects to Ratan Tata. Some who gathered right outside the crematorium, and others who gathered across the street to catch last glimpse of him and pay respect to him. So yes, we see that there are several people whose lives Ratan Tata has touched, and which is where all of these people have gathered to pay respect to them. Here, in fact, we see even now there are several ministers who are working in to ensure that they pay their respect to Ratan Tata. And here, there's the industry minister, someone is also making his way inside the Worli Crematorium.
Absolutely, and to factor in the popularity and the kind of magnanimity that accompanies the name Ratan Naval Tata is very crucial, in fact, and that's why I want to ask you. Give us a sense of that connect that he had formed, not just with the Indian household as being an Indian household name. He also sort of bridged that gap between tradition and modernity by taking the Indian conglomerate like Tata to international shores. We've seen the kind of acquisitions that he sort of facilitated for India, making India, not just Tata, a global brand.
Absolutely. In fact, when you speak of the initiatives that he took forth, be it Starbucks, be it the Land Rover, Jaguar, all of these have been crucial and important projects that helped the Indian economy grow. Something that took India towards a step of modernization. In fact, of course, we've seen that while around 1990s was where 1991 was where Ratan Tata took over as the chairperson of the Tata Sons. But ever since then, of course, he worked hard to ensure that not only in India, for matter, if you speak of projects that have been undertaken by him, which have been revolutionary in India, it could in fact start with all the way from Nano, his vision, wherein he wanted that
Right.
even the middle class would have a car on them. But similarly, when you speak of his vision for the upper middle class, in the luxury segment, be it the acquisition with Zara, or for that matter, getting Starbucks to India, or even for that matter, the Land Rover and Jaguar. These are some segments that he in fact worked hard on ground level. All of these are the contributions that Ratan Tata, worked on. But that was not all. When you speak of the different segments that you can attribute to Ratan Tata, right from Namak, Desh Ka Namak, when you speak of it, to a spoon, to a car, to a Range Rover, to airlines. There was no such industry, there was no such sector that remained untouched. Right from hospitality, when you speak of the brand Taj Mahal Palace, the hospitality that they would provide, not only for the guests, but also for praise. So all of these, add the touch that Ratan Tata wanted of faith in each and every endeavor that he had with him. So, when you speak of these different initiatives that were undertaken under Ratan Tata, they continue even today. And when we see N. Chandrasekhar, the current chairperson of Tata Sons, speak about this, saying that these are initiatives that Ratan Tata had taken, and the industry would want
Right.
to continue it the same way
Right.
that Ratan Tata wanted it to always. Yes.
Absolutely. It is the legacy that Ratan Tata has left behind, which perhaps will live on, and he will live on in our hearts and with that legacy forward. Going to request you, Yesha, to continue staying with us as we keep taking our viewers through all those live visuals that are coming.